Assalamu alaikum students. A very good morning. As you know, students, today is your second drawing class. And inshallah today we will learn that how to draw the scientific diagrams. So before starting our class, there are some instructions that I want to share with you. And the instructions are, first one, completely prepare yourself for taking the class, means keep your book, copy or the pen with yourself to note down the important points of the term. Okay, the next one is, if you have facility to take a screenshot, so kindly take it. The next one is, if you are not reading from the class, so kindly remove yourself. The next one is, do not raise hand during the class. Ask any question at the end of the class by using the chat box. Okay, the next one is, take care of the time for attending the class. Next one, and the last one is, home task should be done in your fair subject copy. There is any connectivity during the lecture, kindly rejoin it within 2 to 3 minutes. So let's start. Today's topic is scientific diagrams. So today we will inshallah cover the scientific diagrams and complete all the remaining 4 diagrams. So the topic for the relating with the scientific diagrams are photometer. First one is the photometer. Second is the series circuit. The third one is voltaic cell. The fourth one is telescope. I repeated class. Today's your topic is scientific diagrams, and the topics are photometer. Photometer. Point number 2 is series circuit. Third one is voltaic cell, and the fourth one is telescope. Okay, students. So first of all, I want to share with you some tips for the drawing. So what are the tips? So point number 1, you will use a soft and light pencil for the drawing. Definitely you will use a soft pencil and a light pencil to draw your scientific diagram. It is very helpful for you to draw easily any scientific diagram in your copy. Okay, the next one is make a box of 6 into 6 inches for the scientific diagram or the sector. Okay, this point is variable, means if the size of your diagram is much more little or the bigger one, so you can also change the size of the box for drawing a scientific diagrams. Okay, so the next one is draw clear and single lines to draw a scientific diagram. So you will use clear line and a single lines to draw scientific diagrams. Okay, the next one is symmetry should be maintained. Symmetry should be maintained. Yes, I already shared what is the symmetry. So you have to manage the all the side means right, left and the right side must be equal or look like same. So don't the next one is don't put arrow edges for the labeling. Okay, when you start to label the diagrams, don't put an arrow edge for the labeling. Means if you are trying to label the diagram and you will just apply a single line, not put a arrow edge at the end of the line to label it. Okay, the next one is labeling line started from the center of the object. Okay, if you want to label any object of your diagram, so you will put a line, label the starting line and put it in the center of the object and arise the center from the object. Okay, the next one is the labeling should be on the right side. So as we already know, we label the diagram on this right side. Okay, the last one is use the sentence writing for the labeling. So what is the sentence writing? The sentence writing means which having the first word capital and the remaining words are small. So this one writing is called the sentence writing. What is this? This is called the sentence writing. Okay, students. So our first topic and for the scientific diagram for the today's lecture is a photometer. What is the photometer? Okay. What is a photometer? Actually, the this diagram is also available in your Amazing Science book, page number 25. I repeated class, this the diagram for the photometer is also available in your Amazing Science book on the page number 25. Okay, this one is the diagram for the photometer. Okay, what is a photometer? Another name for the photometer is a transpirometer. Is a device used to measuring the rate of water uptake of a leafy shoot, which is almost equal to the water lost through transpiration. What is the photometer? I repeat it. Another name for the photometer is transpirometer. It is a device used to measuring the rate of water uptake of a leafy shoot, which is almost equal to the water loss through the transpiration. So how we can draw the diagram for the photometer? Let's start. Okay, so the step number 1, and there are steps for draw the photometer. First of all, what you will do, you will draw a small line, another line which is respect to the first line, and it will look like a parallel lines. Okay, we will start the branching of it. We will start the branching, and what we'll do, we are draw, first of all we will draw a small plant structure. So for drawing the small plant structure, we'll arise the branches from the stem. These are the branches. At the end of the branches, now you will arise some sub branches for arising the leaf. So you will draw some curve like structure. You will draw some curve like structure to draw the leaf there. Okay, now leaves arises. So how we can draw the leaves? You will use two curved lines to draw the leaf. You will use two curved line to draw the leaves. Okay, just see on the slide. These are the leaves, and is mentioned on each and every branch of the stem. So this is the small plant. Now it will look like this. Okay, the small side of the plant, it will look like this. Okay, what you will do, the next step is you will draw rubber tube. What you will do, you will draw a rubber tube. For drawing a rubber tube, what you will do, we will draw two parallel lines. You will draw two parallel lines of about 1 centimeter long with a distance of 0.5 centimeter. Okay, what is that? This one is the rubber tube. So, okay, for drawing the rubber tube, what you will do, we will draw two parallel lines. We will draw two parallel lines of about 1 centimeter long with the distance of the 0.5 centimeter. Okay, where it is placed? This side. We will draw actually this side, just below the diagram of the small plant. Okay, the next step is to draw a capillary tube. This is the draw the capillary tube. Okay, for the capillary tube, what you will do, you will draw two vertical lines. You will draw two vertical lines. Okay, you will draw two vertical lines which are parallel to each other, of about 4.5 centimeter long. I repeated, this is for the capillary tube. We will draw two vertical lines which are parallel to each other and which are parallel to each other and of about 4.5 centimeter long. So just below the rubber tube, you will draw capillary tube. Okay. After it, you will draw a scale. For scale, just below the capillary tube, we will draw a rectangular shape. A rectangular with the scale. This one is the scale with the scale of about, okay, you will draw a rectangle of about 2.5 centimeter with the height and 1 centimeter with the width. Okay, it is 2 centimeter height and width is 1 centimeter. So just below the capillary tube, inside the capillary tube, you will draw a scale with a calibration about there. Okay, after it you will draw a pot. So how you can draw the pot? First of all, what you will do? Actually, for drawing the pot, you will draw a square. You will draw a square with the measurement of about 3.5 into 3.5 centimeter, or you can also change it into 4 into 4 centimeter. But first of all, you will change in the give the proper change in the square shape. So what you will do, you will curve its all corner. Okay, what you after it, now draw a oval shape. The top of it, you will draw a oval shape on the top of it. What you will do, you will draw a oval shape on the top of it, and to highlight the water inside it is this one. We will again draw a oval shape, but in the center of this beak. So, and to highlight the water inside it, draw another oval shape in the center of this beak. Okay, after it, what you will do, there is actually the pot present just below this capillary tube. So the capillary tube should be dipped inside this pot, and the pot containing water inside it. I hope it is clear, students. So the next one is the arrows. What are these? These are the arrows. Okay, what are these arrows? Okay, draw the outward arrow head from the plants. What you will do, it is the about triangular shape, so you can easily draw it. Draw outwards arrowhead from the plants to show water vapors arises, to show that the water vapor arises from the leaves. Okay, students, after it, in the last, what you will do, you will draw a bubble inside the capillary tube. What you will do, you will draw a bubble inside the tube. Okay, and draw a little circle in the capillary tube to show the bubble inside it. And it is a sign for the transpiration inside the plant during this process. Okay, I hope so it is clear. Now we will move towards its instruction to draw the photometer. Okay, I repeat it again. Draw a structure of plant with leaves. Now, what you will do, draw two narrow vertical lines for capillary tube of about 4.5 centimeter long. Below it, draw a rectangular shape with scale of about 2.5 centimeter height and 1 centimeter wide. Okay, the next one is draw a pot and show water inside it. Draw a pot and show the water inside it. The next one is draw outward arrow head from the plants to show water vapors arises from the leaf. So these are the outward arrow head. Okay, what are the labeling for the photometer? The labelings are, first one, you will draw a plant, so fleshy cut twig. After that, you will draw a rubber band, rubber tube, after that you will draw a capillary tube. For the capillary, this one is capillary tube. This one long two vertical lines are highlighted as the capillary tube. After that, inside the capillary tube there is a bubble, so you will also give a label to it. This one is the bubble, and what is this? This is a calibration inside the scale, so this one is the scale, and this one is your pot, and inside the pot there is carbonated water for the process of the transpiration. I hope it is clear, students. Okay, so the next topic is series circuit. Our next topic is series circuit. And the diagram for the series circuit is also available in your book, Amazing Science book, on the page number 112. On the page number 112. Okay, this one is the diagram for the series circuit. Okay, what is a series circuit? Actually, in a series circuit, all the components are connected end to end, forming a single path for current flow. What is the series circuit and what happens inside the series circuit? In a series circuit, all the components, as you can see in the diagram, all the components are arranged in a series form. So, all these components are connected end to end, forming a single path for current flow. For current flow. Okay. It is battery, consist of battery, ammeters. This one is the copper wire, and we use bulb in a series form. I repeated, it consists of battery, copper wire. There are some ammeters highlighted with A1, A2, A3, and A4, and we use bulb in a series form. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now we will start at how we can draw it. So, first of all, you will draw. What you will do? First of all, you will draw a rectangular shape with the length of 10 centimeter and width of 5 centimeter. With the length of 10 centimeter and the width of 5 centimeter. Okay, after it, you will draw a small, little bit middle-sized circle on the upper side of it for, and similarly on the next width, you will also draw another circle, and the third one, this one is the fourth one. And what is this? This is the ammeter. These circles are used for the ammeter, capital A and 1. So a capital A represents the ammeter. It is a sample for the ammeter, and 1 represents this one is ammeter for the first ammeter. This one is the second ammeter, third one ammeter, and the last is fourth ammeter. Okay, what is the ammeter? Actually, ammeter is an instrument or a device to measure the electric current. What is ammeter? Actually, ammeter is an instrument or a device to measure the electric current. Okay, after it you will draw some others small circles, middle circle, and inside it you will draw a semicircle inside it. What you will do? You will draw a semicircle inside it. Similarly, just between the A1 and A2, you will draw up one bulb number 1, and between the A2 and A3, you will draw another bulb, and just between the A3 and A4, you will draw another bulb. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay, after it, what you will do? You will draw a battery. So for drawing the battery, you will take a rectangular shape. You will take a rectangular shape. Okay, for the rectangular shape, what you will do? At the end of the rectangular shape, you will draw a curve. And on the top side of the rectangular shape, you will draw a oval shape. Okay, on the front of the oval shape, you will draw a square-like shape for represented for highlight the terminals. Okay, to give a more accessories and more to make it more attractive to your battery, you will design it like that. Okay, after it, the last in this last step, what you will do? You will erase. You will erase that side. You will erase this side and draw two small circles. And you will draw two small circles and join it with the switch. What is this? This one is the switch. This is your switch and it is rotatable. So when the switch is connected with this side terminals, so the current will start to flow, means this circuit will be closed circuit. If the switch is not connected this side, so the current will not flow. Why it is not flow? Just because the circuit will be open, just because of the open circuit. Okay, I hope it is clear, students. But this is your series circuit diagram. There is a difference. Okay, what you will do? You will draw a black and white diagram. So what you will do? You will use just only your pencil, lead pencil. You will draw the diagram, scientific diagram with your lead pencils. So you will not use the color inside it. So what you will do? You will use just the lead pencils to draw the scientific diagrams. Okay, I hope it is clear. These are the instructions to draw the series circuit. I repeat it. So the first one, draw a rectangular for copper wire. You will draw a rectangular for the copper wire. Draw 7 circles on the line of rectangle with appropriate. Means you will draw 7 circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So you will draw 7 circles for the ammeter and for the bulb. Approximate. And after it, you will write the A inside the small circle, means you will write the A. And A is a sample for the ammeter. So you will also write the 1, 2, 3, 4 sectors. After it, draw the semicircle in the remaining circle for the bulb. Means inside the bulb, we will draw another semicircle inside the bulb. Okay, after it, draw a cell on upper margin for rectangle. Draw a cell for the upper margin of the rectangle. Means you will draw a cell or the battery by the help of the rectangular shape. At the end, what you will do? You will draw a switch beside the cell. So beside the cell, you will draw a switch. I hope it is clear, student. Okay. The labeling. So the labelings are, first one is battery, or you can say the cell. We will use the cell, and the next one is switch. This one is the ammeter, ammeter 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are the ammeter, and this rectangular shape is called the, is used for the copper wire, is your copper wire. This one is your copper wire. That all this red line is called the copper wire, while the remaining is the bulb. So I hope it is clear. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 labels. So cell or the battery, switch, ammeter, bulb, and this one is the copper wire. I hope so it is clear. So students, we will move towards the third diagram, and the diagram is the voltaic cell. Okay. This diagram is also available in your Amazing Science book on the page number 116. On the page number 116. What is the voltaic cell? So, first of all, I want to share some information for the voltaic cell. What is the voltaic cell actually? A voltaic cell is an electrochemical cell that uses a chemical reaction to produce electrical energy. Okay, what is the voltaic cell? Voltaic cell is an electrochemical cell that uses a chemical reaction to produce electrical energy. So, what are the main important parts for the voltaic cells actually? These are the important parts for the voltaic cells are electrodes. Are there electrodes? These are the two electrodes. First one is the copper plate, and we call this electrode copper plate, and the next one is the zinc plate. So copper plate and the zinc plate. So these two are the electrodes. We call them electrodes, and it is dipped. And it is dipped inside the electrolyte. What is the electrolyte? Actually, electrolyte is a solution which is present inside the beaker, and the solution is in the form of dilute sulfuric acid. Is in the form of dilute sulfuric acid. I hope it is clear. So for the process, we can say that when the electrodes are connected by the copper wire, this one is the copper wire, when these electrodes, means copper plate and zinc plate, are connected with the copper wire, so electric current will be begins to start in the circuit. Okay, after a short while, the current in the voltaic cell stop. After the short while, the current in the voltaic cell stop flowing after some time. So, because it is just because of the dissolving of zinc plate inside this acid. When the zinc plate completely dissolved inside this acid, and the name of the acid is dilute sulfuric acid. When it dissolved inside this acid, so the current automatically stopped. Okay, now we will move to the steps to draw. So how we can draw this voltaic cell. So first of all, what you will do, you will draw a rectangular shape, and similarly you will curve its corner or the edges. Okay. Now on the top of this rectangular shape, you will draw an oval shape. Just give a zero point 0.5 or to 1 centimeter space. You will draw another rectangular, but the shape is little bit different for the rectangular. And what you will do, you will also curve its side. It's all corner or the edges. Okay. For drawing the electrodes, you will draw these two rectangular shape, but you will draw a slant line there. You will draw a slant line there. So this one is the copper plate, and this one is the zinc plate. Okay. So highlight their terminals by drawing a oval shape there, little bit small oval shape. Okay, after it you will draw another oval shape just below this opening. So this one is the oval shape. It is highlighted for the water, that some water or any solution which is present inside the beaker. So the solution that we use for the voltaic cell is the dilute sulfuric acid. So for highlighting that something is present inside the beaker, so we will use small lines, these small lines, to highlight that there is something present inside the beaker. So what is present inside the beaker? Actually, dilute sulfuric acid is present inside the beaker. Okay, students, what you will do the next? The next one is you will show the arrow. You will show the arrow. What is why we will draw the arrow here? It is the sign for the direction, to show the direction of the current. Means the current will be flow from this side to the that side, from left to the right side. Okay. After it, you will draw some small circles. You will draw some small circle with positive and negative signs. What you will do? You will draw some small circles. You will draw some small circles like that in the bottom of the beaker. We will draw small circles with positive and negative sign. With positive and negative sign. Okay. After it, you will draw some bubbles. You will draw some bubbles on the copper plate. What you will do, you will draw some bubbles on the copper plate. Okay, so for drawing the bubbles, you will use a little bit small circle. Okay, I hope it is clear, students, but you will draw a black and white diagram. So your diagram will be look like this. So you will use a light pencil for the diagram. I hope it is clear. Okay. Instruction for drawing the voltaic cell. I repeated the instruction for the voltaic cell, and the instructions are: draw typical shape of beaker with solution inside. You will draw a typical shape of the beaker and highlight the solution inside it, and the solution that we are used in this voltaic cell process. So we will use the dilute sulfuric acid. Okay, the next one, draw a line to join the copper plate's terminal and to these zinc plate terminals. So you will draw a line, copper wire line, to connect these two plates or the electrodes. The next one is draw two strips of electrodes partially dipped in the solution. So you will draw two electrodes. First one is the copper plate and next one is the zinc plate. So you will draw these two electrodes and dip in the solution. And what is the solution? Dilute sulfuric acid. You will dip it inside the solution inside the beaker. So solution is present inside the beaker. Okay, so the next one is draw a small circles with positive and negative signs for the ions inside the beaker. So you will highlight some small, little bit small circles with the positive and negative signs. So you will give the positive and negative signs for highlighting the ions in a form of ions. So inside the beaker. Okay, draw bubble on the copper plate inside the beaker. So on the copper plate, remember student, you will draw some bubbles on the copper plate. Why we will draw it? Because at the end of the process, the reactions, zinc plate will completely dissolve inside the acid. So you will show the bubble on the copper plate. Okay, I hope it is clear, students. Now we will move towards the labeling for the voltaic cell. So this one is the terminal. These are two the terminals. This one is the copper plate, which is a brown, little bit brown in color. The next one is the zinc plate, and this one is this solution which is present inside the beaker. You can also give the another label. This one is the beaker, so you will also use the beaker plate labeling for the beaker. So inside the beaker there is a solution, and the solution is of dilute sulfuric acid. What are these things? The small circles with the positive and negative signs. So these are the ions. So you can also use the term ions, IONS, for this label. For to label this. And what does this one is the copper wire to connect these two electrodes with each other. I hope it is clear, students. Now we will move towards the last diagram, and the diagram is of the telescope. Okay, this diagram is also available in your book, Amazing Science book, on the page number 129. On the page number 129. So 129 on the page number 129, you will check the diagram for the telescope. Okay, this one is a diagram for the telescope. For drawing the telescope, what is a telescope actually? It is a simplest form of telescope, has two lenses mounted in the long tube. Two lenses. Remember, student, there are two lenses. First one is the objective lens, and the next one is the eyepiece lens. This one is the eyepiece, but these two the lenses. This one is the eyepiece lens, and this one is the object lens. So these two lenses are actually the convex lenses. So the second lens is the first one is the object lens, and the second lens is the eyepiece lens, called the eyepiece. In the is also the convex lens, but it is more powerful than the objective lens. But it is more powerful than the object lens. So it is used to see how we can use the telescope. We use the telescope to see the far other objects like to see the planets, stars. So we will move towards these steps or the constructions. Okay, the construction for the draw the telescope are draw eyepiece. You will draw eyepiece, lenses. These are two lenses, means the lens eyepiece lens or the objective lens, and the planet. This one is the planet. You will draw a planet with the appropriate distance. So you will also check the distance. If you can want to change in the distance, so you can easily redo it. The maximum 5 to 10 centimeter you can change it. Okay. The next one is draw lines for arrangement and light rays as directed. So we will show the lines to give a proper light rays and show the arrangement of the light rays. Okay. So how we can draw it? There are some steps. First of all, you will draw a small oval for drawing objective lens inside it. Okay, this one is the planet at the first corner. Okay, you will join it by the slant line, and like it will look like a triangular shape. Just if we will there is place a slant line. So just about 5 centimeter distance, we will place a about 5 centimeter difference. You will draw another oval shape and join it with the previous oval shape like that. And these two lines are parallel to each other. Okay, just in front of this oval shape, you will draw a small circle. And what is this small circle? This one is this lens, and eyepiece lens, which is more powerful than the objective lens. Okay, students, what you will do after that, you will place, you will draw another small circle inside it. You will also draw a small oval inside it and join it by the help of the two lines. And these two lines are parallel to each other. Okay, now you will give the slant line and join it with the eyepiece lens. So this eyepiece will be joined with the help of the lines with the eyepiece lens. Okay, by the help of this line, you will use we will draw at the end of this eye. So by the help of the eye, you can say use the see the planets. Okay, I hope it is clear, students. Now we will move towards the labeling. Okay, this one is the eyepiece. Eyepiece lens. We are using two types of the lens in the telescope. First one is the eyepiece lens, and the next one is the objective lens. So these are the races. These are the light races, light races, light races. These are all the light races, and at the end of this diagram, there is a planet. Planet means what we want to see in this telescope. So there is a planet or moon as okay. Today's home task is draw the diagrams of the photometer, series circuit, voltaic cell, and the telescope in your fair copies and label it. Okay, fair drawing copies. Remember, student, you will draw the fair drawing copies. Okay, for the pre-practice task, do practice for object drawing means cup and saucer. And the subtopics for the object drawings are cup and saucer, table and parrot. The next one is do practice for tones. And what the subtopic for the tones? Book and kitten. Book and kitten. I hope student it is clear for today. Allah Hafiz.